2, 1. Pretty sure we're live now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 222 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast. I am joined with the one and only William Gordon of the OPPA and PlayersFirst.ca. Just rolls off the tongue so well.
How you doing?
You know what? We're going to edit something real quick. That was my bad.
Hey Brad, how you doing? I'm feeling good, bud. I'm here. Unfortunately, I think this was advertised as a different podcast. And I'm your fill-in guest.
Absolutely. That's why I'm quickly changing all the details of the podcast of the post that I just posted up.
This isn't a bait and switch, guys. Please don't meme this too.
Or do whatever. I'm all like engagement's engagement. So, turn me into a meme. I don't give a shit. Look at this. Look at this beard. This beard is meant to be memed. So yeah, we're like the description that I just changed says.
Yeah, what happened, Brad?
We were gonna have I forget how to pronounce his last name, Christian something or another. Christian, I think it's Gonzalez. Christian, of the creator of the Paintball community app. He was gonna come on. He kind of went dark. I don't know what happened. So the show must go on, and I knew that you were near an iPad, so I was just like, yo, get on the show.
Yeah. Well, and then to be honest with you, we had some questions that we were going to talk about the Paintball app that we found a little bit.
Yeah, we were going to ask a couple of questions. It wasn't going to be, we weren't going to grill, but we were going. This
wasn't a witch hunt.
Nope. But I did not go to school, but I do have a bit of a technology background. I'm not saying I'm, like Mr. Robot or anything, but I can change your Windows password in about 16 seconds. So.
And you told me something about having a background in sales, too, that you have a background in sales and that means something.
Yeah, so I have a background in sales and management. I have been in sales for, 6-7 years, and I've been in management for just as long. So I have both the capability of selling you a product as well as managing a $6.2 million a year store. So yeah.
You got a bullshit detector that's pretty good too through that.
Yeah, you know what the shitty part is though? I don't have the fancy piece of paper that says I can do all that. So
you got the beard.
Right? I walk in with the beard and I'm like, the wisdom.
Yeah. The BS filters into the beard.
What I was hoping to ask the question about with him, and I'll shoot him a message and maybe we'll get some answers for next week's podcast, which is going to be shit, I forget. Anyways, long story short, The app was, I love the idea of a paintball app. I really do.
It's a great idea.
It's a phenomenal idea. I love the idea of somebody, of the community, the industry sort of coming together and going, we're going to create an app, and this app is going to be a focal point. It's going to be a paintballer can go, man, I could really use, I could scratch that itch right now. What events are going on local? Instead of looking for every random Facebook page, they can just be like, boom, there it is. And I have like big dreams for something like that, and I have nowhere near the capability to do it. But the idea of an app is a fantastic idea. Centralizes everything. It makes it great. I don't know how you would set it so that everyone gets an even share, or if you would just leave all the industry leaders to be like, if you want to be part of it, you can. If you don't, no big deal. Back out. That's fine. Either way, everybody gets to do what they want. Now, when I downloaded this app, I was pumped. I was like, sweet, cool app, good times. Load it up. Start clicking on buttons, and the buttons simply take you to Facebook pages. So I was like, okay, it's a directory. Still not a bad thing. It's getting somewhere. It's starting. It's ground floor. Right? I'm sure the Uber app wasn't the greatest thing in the world either when it launched. One of the questions that I wanted to ask him was, why does the app need access to my camera, my contacts, my location, the microphone, my telephone, all of my storage, and every single sensor on my phone?
So, Brad, let's jump in there because that is a broad question. So that's a valid question though. I'm an iPhone user, so right now I can't get the app. It's only available on Android. I do have a screenshot that you sent me. I don't know if you can put that up on the screen. Do you have graphics for that?
No, I don't have it on the computer.
But it's available here. I'll drop it in the comments afterward. But essentially, it has some stuff that it should do. Calendar,
Absolutely.
add and modify, calendar events. Read calendar events and details. That sounds okay. And then it has a thing it shouldn't do, which is like send emails to people without owner's knowledge. And then it has stuff a camera should do, like take pictures and videos. And it has stuff that like maybe it is okay to do, which is like modify your contacts. And then it has some stuff that's like, okay, like maybe GPS it needs some GPS stuff sometimes. For a Facebook link forwarding app, it has the ability to record audio from your mic. That's concerning. And then for some reason that I don't understand that is connected to the app, maybe I can be enlightened in the comments by somebody below. It can directly call phone numbers, so maybe to fields. Okay, valid. And it can read phone status and identity. That's interesting. Then it has storage components like modifying or deleting the contents of your USB storage or reading the contents of your USB storage.
So for anyone who doesn't know what that means, I need to clarify that. On your phone, you have 3 storage types. You have an internal storage, which is the memory built into the phone. You have external storage, which is what would be considered like your SD card. USB storage is, so Android phones, and I believe iPhones can do this now, but Android phones especially, I can plug an external hard drive into my cell phone and run off an external hard drive.
Yeah, and in Android phones, the internal memory, and a lot of times is classified as, it's actually an internal-based SD card.
Yeah.
So that would classify, in this case, as USB storage as well. So basically, it's like it wants to access your USB.
It wants to access everything.
Yeah. And then runs a foreground service, that makes sense. Access Bluetooth settings, that's interesting. Run it startup, that's unnecessary. View network connections, prevent phone from sleeping, sure. Use fingerprint hardware is a really scary thing.
Yeah.
Receive data, read Google service configuration, fine. Have full network access, okay. Use biometric hardware scares the crap out of me.
Change for those who want to know, the biometric hardware is on Android phones is the fingerprint scanner, and Samsung has an iris scanner built into their cameras. So it's able to track biometric data.
Stuff that secures your bank account in a lot of phones. Like an iPhone, if this were to have that data, I use an iPhone X, which is a face scanner, and it uses the geometry of your melon to unlock your bank account, basically. So that would be something I wouldn't want to allow. A device that can send emails without my consent, and also, I was about to say here, change network connectivity, and compare with Bluetooth devices. So, like the second one I walk to somewhere that this place wants me to be, it'll jump me to a Bluetooth-based network and have access to all my biometric data and my storage. This is a link. This is an app for finding paintball fields, right? Or is this something like the NSA has released? I don't know, Brad.
Yeah. So that's when I first got wind of the app, I was just like, man, this is great. I want to bring the creator on. I want to talk about the app. I want to talk about it all.
Please do grow the sport. That's what this paintball community needs is more ways to get together and collaborate.
Yeah. Quick heads up. If people are commenting, I'm not seeing it. The comments. There, Tim Banks, one of his comments came through. So, okay, people might, if you don't see the comments, it's kind of jittery. I love the idea of the app. And when I saw it, I was like, this is cool. Let's talk. He added the podcast to the app, which I was like, that's cool. And then, I was playing around with it and I was like, come on the show. Let's talk about this app. Let's talk about what's going on. And then in the past few days, I've sort of been looking at it and going, I've got some questions. He's coming on the show. Let's chat about it. And unfortunately, and I'm not saying like, we didn't just like, I sent the guy the message. I said, hey, here's the link. Come on the show. We're going to chat. Let's talk. And unfortunately, I don't know, man's probably busy. Everyone has real life, right? So it happens. So hopefully we'll get some of these questions answered. But it does bring a little bit of a concern to me that this app is either, and I want to go with the benefit of the doubt and say that the app maybe is just a first attempt. Oh, Jesus, that's loud.
I was going to say that perhaps, I think we theorized this earlier. It looks like one of those app builder products.
Yeah.
And this kind of coincides with, if you check out his Facebook page, you check out the associated pages. There's 2 other associated pages to this one. They're all relatively new. Cool. Guy has a lot of chutzpah. He's getting out there. Maybe I think that the product isn't ready, and it's obviously it doesn't like the thing that scares me is it doesn't have a privacy policy, it doesn't have a data management policy, and right now we know on the Facebook store, the Google Play Store statistics, we're talking like between 500 and 1,000 downloads right now, like between 500 and 999. So that many people's fingerprints might be available to this human who we haven't really seen and we don't really know, and is selling a product to people that, maybe the app is free. He's trying to sell social media services to fields and stuff. And we had to take some of his posts down from the Paintball Field Owners and Staff Association as a result. There's like 13 or 12 or 13 posts that had to be removed. I'm a little worried. Like, I think we got some vaporware here. I'm just going to say it. And I just hope, I want to see everybody succeed. I want to see everybody build up. I'm not huge by any means, but like I've built a community with the OPPA of lifting others up and giving them a place to share their own voice. So like I'm totally for collaboration, and I think we do need an app. I just worry that like, is this someone who's just coming in brand new, Facebook page, started in September, trying to monetize off of great people who are doing great things to work really hard to build a sport that's, phenomenal and brings people together.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted him on the show. I wanted to chat with him. I want to get these questions answered. So hopefully I'll get some answers in the next few days from him.
Yeah.
Like I said,
yeah,
I'm pretty
come on here and tell me that I'm totally wrong and
right.
Is.
Like if you want, if he wants to come on the show and tell William that he's full of shit and doesn't know what he's talking about, then go nuts.
People do that all the time. I'm used to it, and I'm totally okay with it, and I want to understand your opinion.
That's great. I love it. I'm told that all the time. It's
just they call me Big Paintball Jay. That's why.
That's awesome. Just do it. It happens all the time. That's not a good sign if that happens all the time.
No, like, you know what I mean. Everybody on the internet has an opinion. Lead Farmer and Tim Kordick, Tango 49, did a fantastic on their Frontline Paintball podcast. Like, shout out to those guys for working super hard.
Great podcast. Everyone needs to go check it out.
Yeah, like, definitely try it. That's somebody that is just growing the heck out of this, reaching out, bringing on guests. Like, they're doing phenomenal things, and they spoke very eloquently, I think, about paintball influencers and their value to the community. So like, good on them for trying. And like, there's if we had a negative start to the show, let's move on in a positive light by saying like, we have actually a really, really positive thing we need to talk about. My new hat. Oh, look at that. Sorry, I'm super proud of it. It took 4 weeks to get here. Is that a snapback or is that a fullback, Brad?
I don't know. What's the difference?
Does it have a little like adjustable snapback, or is it like a flex fit?
It's a snapback.
Nice. Ladies love that when they got the ponytails up and they're in the car with the windows
right
down.
I know it my hair like flicks right at the back of it. It's great. It's fantastic. It feels great. So no, actually, yeah, I get to say this now, the fiance ordered it for me. You're right, it's crazy. Ordered it. It's funny because I decided to go with a company called T-Shirt Elephant, brand new out of Toronto. They started like, I don't know, 10 months ago. But they're a print on demand company. So you go, I want this shirt, and then they print it, and then they ship it. And because of that, prices are a little higher. Also, it's made in Canada, so there's minimum wage.
Good for you for supporting Canadian labor.
Yeah. So, but they, I should have bought stocks or something because they grew way too fast. And I actually got an email from them. They were like, yo, heads up, we outgrew our space. We need to vacate and move. It's going to take 4 to 5 weeks. So she ordered the hat, and it only got delivered yesterday, and she ordered it like a month and a half ago.
Oh,
so, I mean, great problem for them to have. Not that great. It took this was supposed to be a birthday gift, but whatever. It's here now. But if you want one, you can get one. They're on the website. They're on the... I didn't put a link. Terrible. What am I doing?
We're going to put a link in the description afterwards.
Yeah, we're going to put a link in the comments in the description. You can catch it there. You're
not one of the 400 people currently watching the stream. Don't Don't.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I've got tape over the number, so I can never
Yeah,
see it. I assume it's always in the triple digits,
it is, Brad.
right? It always is. It really is 016. That's technically a triple digit.
That is.
You know what we should talk about, because it's always a fantastic conversation. And I think we've had this conversation like 12 times on this show, is the idea of the way the industry markets itself and all that, and make paintball cool again. So Wolf put up a
Oh,
post.
there's been so much talk about this lately too, and it's interesting because I've gotten in a couple conversations with Wolf and a few other people regarding it, and I have some viewpoints that aren't the same as most on it, and it's gotten me.
We all hate you for it.
Like respect
okay.
from some, and like absolute disrespect from others. So I mean, like I have an opinion, so it's gonna polarize you. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Disclaimer.
It's no, but I love it because it shows because paintball is capable of doing both. It's capable of being on both sides of the same coin. It can be party and it can be not party.
Yeah.
Which is what I love. And sports like BMX, skateboarding, rollerblading, they do the same thing, right? You can go to Walmart and buy like the cool like knee pads and elbow pads and helmets with like dinosaurs or princesses or spaceships or Lego or whatever the hell kids are using these days. Fortnite on it.
It's probably Duplo, yeah.
Duplo, something, right? And they can go rollerblading, and it's just like, this is super cool, and it's great for kids. And then at the same time, we have things like the X Games, where it's just like Red Bull and Smirnoff and like Coors Light are there, and they're just like, what's up?
Crashed Ice. I went to for a few.
Crashed Ice is fucking cool.
They had it where it's synced up with St. Patrick's Day. So imagine St. Patrick's Day in the streets of Quebec City, Red Bull Crashed Ice. It was tremendous. What a tremendous experience, and what a party, and what funding, and what marketing, and what a spectacle, and how great would that be if we brought it into our sport? Not just Red Bull specifically, but that style of extreme sport marketing that doesn't necessarily ride on the way that we've always done it. I think that, like, can we just talk 1 second about that frickin' sentence right there, man? Because that is the biggest problem next to the way we market it. In the way we market it, that is like sub-0.1 biggest problem, is because we've always done it that way.
But I hate that saying.
That's suicide. I don't swear much, but that's F-bomb suicide, guys.
F-bomb suicide.
Yeah, like that's serious stuff coming from me. No, that is seriously suicide, because if you look at it, the way we've always done it is the way we should always do it, and then you say, "Oh, I don't understand why paintball is, in decline." That's why, because we're marketing it in traditional ways that don't make sense. The smart parts posters of our, of our past are not the way we do it going forward. And the sooner we all smarten up and realize that, the better off we're going to be at attracting rental groups and corporate groups, which are the two types of people that keep fields alive when we go in there and get these awesome member prices and cheap cases and sweet deals and, do all the stuff that regular players do. We're not renting markers. We're not renting jumpsuits. We're probably bringing our own food. We're not high margin for fields. So supporting fields means supporting new players. Supporting new players doesn't just mean supporting new regular players. It means let everybody try it once. There's 8 billion plus people in the world. Let everybody try it once. The sport's going to be fun.
Yeah, so, I'm all for like the concept that fields need to cater to new players, and bringing in the rental players and the birthday parties and the corporate parties and all that jazz. That is how I started. I started with the birthday party, right?
We all did. I think we all started with something similar, whether it be a corporate event or a team fundraiser, so like team build. We all started in something where we didn't just really go like, I'm going to go buy a Tippmann 98 from Canadian Tire and go to the field for the first time and just show up at a random time and hope someone's going to be there.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You don't even walk on exists until you ask.
Right.
So why aren't we promoting this?
So I'm all about fields promoting to the new player and all that. Where I tend to get either like applause or side eye, one of the two, is in that paintball, while catering to new players, needs to back off from, not entirely, backing off is the wrong term. We need to slow down a little bit on the whole everything needs to be for the kids mentality. Everything should be for the new players.
Everything should be for the new players. That is, the OPPA is not like, we have Battle Buddies Canada for bringing in the kids.
Yep.
And so we work with Tompo and Guillermo from Battle Buddies Canada to get that done. And that's how you do it in Canada. The OPPA is like 18 to 45-year-old male and female players that either, we get about 3-4 requests a day now. It's like picking up. The number of requests I've had this week that say like, I'm just getting back into it. I'm looking for places to play. I tried it once and want to start again. Like, these are coming from dudes with beards. Or in some cases, we had 3 girls join this week, 3 women join this week, which is phenomenal because we're seeing about a 15% female percentage in the OPPA. So, like, to see growth and then really good growth on the female side of the game in an age group that is not the kids. Like, this is an age group that is, when you talk about millennials, when you talk about 21 to 45, in this case, 21 to 35 being millennials, they are the largest single spending power in the country today. We make more money and spend more money as millennials than anybody else. So, like, I'm patting myself on the back for being a millennial marketer because I think I'm in the right spot to do something good, because I've spent basically my career up till now trying to understand how the hell do we want to hear a story and why do we buy things and what matters to us, and hopefully sharing the stories of what's happening at Fields and how people are feeling accepted and blown away by amazing Fields and are feeling just that they're included in the community. That's what we're looking for. That's what brings players back. That's what the 18 to 25, 45, whatever, that's what they're looking for. And it's not, hey kid, here's a 98. Hey mom, you have to start buying cases of paint. This is like, hey dude, you've been working all week and it's super hard and Call of Duty's kind of boring now. And this is the new golf. When you think about what the previous generation of us did in this age category, they went out to a field and kind of got, a little bit rowdy with the boys and girls that they enjoyed hanging out with for 4 hours.
Yep. And
then they came back and mowed the lawn. And to me, that's paintball on a Sunday. So the allegory of golf to paintball is really similar. And just like the allegory of the boomers to the millennials is really similar in the sense of we need a place to relax that we can be ourselves. And I think paintball really is that. And I don't think we need bikini girls, and I don't think we need a bunch of extra doodads outside of a really well-run paintball game with some fantastic and engaging missions and some like really cool fields, whether it be speedball or whatever, woodsball. Like, give me the quality and I'll show you the growth in the sport. And I think that's the end of the day is the only real thing that you can say. And paintball app guy, respectfully, give me the quality and you'll see the growth and support. I sincerely hope that when Fields show the quality, they see the growth and support. And I think that's how it works. If you try really hard and you're really diligent and you want to see it do right, that's how things grow.
Yeah.
And
now Garner,
it's not about the kids. It's about the 21 to 45-year-olds.
Garner said, where to go? I just read the comment. Problem is, no one has a plan to really draw in new players. Most industry advertising is mainly shotgun efforts, just basically blam blam and see what hits.
It's shotgun marketing, and they'll say shot. I'm going to call it shot marker marketing, and you guys have to deal with it.
It's Umarex marketing. It's so. But anyways, I asked him what a plan should be, and I like his comment. He says low impact paintball shouldn't be just towards the young player. It could also be used as a tool for corporate events, which is a phenomenal idea. Every time you hear about low impact paintball, or every time you see the advertisement for low impact paintball, it's young children, and it's just like, oh, so that's like a little kid's game. Okay, well, I guess I'll go check out the big paintball. That looks like it fucking hurts. I'm not going to do that.
Garner at DEF CON has done a fantastic job product. Like, he's made it where you can go in and if you have a party of 10 or more, you can have unlimited low impact for I think it's 2 hours. And that's incredible. Like, I think that's the best way if you're going to get into paintball. It doesn't hurt as much. You have all the same field experiences, and it's a great entry into it. And he's bringing it to the people for a set cost, which I think is really cool at at DEF CON. So
and the idea of low impact, like unlimited low impact paintball, is just it sells itself.
Yeah.
You go to anybody and be like, yo, you pay set number of dollars and you get to do unlimited
Anything,
whatever. Like, it
unlimited
doesn't
anything.
matter,
Why does the Mandarin? Why is it so successful? It's because you can go there and eat unlimited food.
right?
Like it's perfect. Unlimited paintball, I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. So, the advertising definitely needs to be tweaked or changed or something.
It needs to be
Obviously,
updated
some
across the
fields are.
board. Look at the quality that we have right now. Drones exist, 360 photos exist. Like, we're just seeing these kind of like GI Tipman challenge things, and like even in those, the marketing's been like, here's a Tipex with a Zeta mag that we're calling a 12 rounder, or here's like the wrong mag for a TMC and a vest.
Oh, yeah, you caught that too, did you?
I screenshot. I professionally do this. I have a giant folder on my phone full of these marketing mistakes. But I mean, you try to tell the guys and you get memed for it. So don't even try. But like, it is so apparent, I think, to some people, the ones in the know, that when you have smart marketing practices, if you have database marketing, that makes a lot more sense. If you're doing smart search engine optimization and search engine marketing, you can really put the money in a smart place where it grows the business in a smart way.
Yes, absolutely.
It blows me away. Like, we did some videos from Players First. Cody, who was just talking to us before, he's behind the camera here. Cody Karras and myself did some videos from Players First for Deep Patel of Black Ops Paintball. And the metrics were something like 20,000 views, 8,000 video views, 20,000 reach, 8,000 video views, but 1,300 plus clicks through to the Black Ops site. And when you expose 1,300 people to a new field, like, that's a good weekend. Like, that's a good 2-day stretch. So I think if you use your time, effort, and energy in engaging content that takes people to a place that they want to be and shows them the things that they want to see, they're going to be engaged and have their own interest and follow up. And I think the key to millennials is engaging them. I think when we feel engaged, that's when we really take action. And when we feel disengaged and unappreciated, which is, I think, how we feel in the paintball industry today, it's very tough for us to become anything but apathetic. And I mean, there's all this stuff on the paintball side. It really has a light side and a dark side. You can tell the ones that want it to grow, and you can see them here in the chat. And then you can, I guess, fan submitted the ones that maybe don't want the paintball industry to grow, and they've just become apathetic and jaded to any efforts to try to do it because they don't think anybody can. And they're afraid of anybody trying.
Yeah, and Wolf actually makes a really good point here. He says you have to make the distinction between field marketing and industry marketing. And he does have a good point that a field definitely needs to advertise differently than, say, like a manufacturer like GI Sports or First Strike. It would be a totally different set of criteria, which I think is a good point. It's not just going to work for everything, and that goes for fields versus stores. It's going to be a different set of criteria. So there's no perfect answer for any of it. But I think it's getting there. Paintball is becoming more and more modernized, I think. I think we're starting to find our way. Things are starting to settle down. You're seeing the fields can obviously be successful. Right, you have fields.
Fields are getting smarter. The stuff that I saw, not to continue to plug Black Ops, but at Black Ops, their 3D printed technology for their bunkers was out of this world.
Which I didn't get to see the video, so explain that to me. So they just basically mold a giant block.
Yeah, so imagine first you get a mad scientist in the laboratory and some like light.
Yeah, you just like
going on.
And
so
suddenly fall.
You put the Paintball King Deep Patel in there, the King mad scientist. And you take 2 oil drums of material, you pour these 2 things together, it makes foam, it reacts. It becomes like this exothermic reaction, cool thing. Generates a lot of steam and neat stuff. And it basically becomes this giant foam block. And then from there you have like a 3D printer, CNC machine looking thing, that is a multi-axis 3D printer. So basically it'll go around and then also in and out, and it will carve from this block
basically anything.
A perfect thing.
A perfect thing. I love it.
In the video, I did one for the Paintball Field Owners and Staff Association, which I got a really good close-up of a Yeti, like a 10-foot tall Yeti. And the Yeti had, like, perfect eyes. Like the way that the eyes had, lids around them, and the eyelashes had texture, and the eyebrows had texture, and it was perfect. And they take this, they rhino liner it, and then the result of this at the end of the day is something you can shoot with paintballs for like an hour and nothing happens. Actually, not just an hour. You can leave it on the field, and have it sit in the sun, have it, just continue to exist in field conditions through the winter.
That's
and
phenomenal.
There's no biologicals in it, so it's not like wood where it rots. So
yeah,
it was perfect. It was the next generation of paintball, and to see this and to do videos on it, to play on these fields, it's incredible. Andrew Gemmel, AJ Gemmel Photography, has a video, and I'll link it in the comments, of us all shooting like the exomorph alien, the xenomorph.
Xenomorph.
Xenomorph, the alien from Aliens with a big tail and the thing comes out of its mouth. We all would just drop like a hopper each into it at the end.
Why not?
I say we all. Everybody else. I shoot a bow, so I shot it like 3 times because my arm hurt. The video was incredible. Like, you just see this yellow fill dripping off this alien as it just doesn't even flinch, and it's been there for years. And so it's incredible to see this stuff go.
It's a phenomenal idea.
Show that to the world and paintball will grow. Show what these amazing fields are doing for their own stuff and paintball will grow. Like, there's so much good that we don't need.
Yeah.
The extras, like, stop putting parsley on this amazing steak because it's not a salad and we're turning it into one. And like, I really wish we could get back on point with the marketing and say safe, inclusive, fun team sport that's video games in real life and is super, super inclusive for everyone. Like, it doesn't matter when you're a paintball player. I have been bested by 10-year-olds and I have been bested by 60-year-olds, and I have shot the same with paintballs, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's the whole point, right? It's a very inclusive sport. It doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. A paintball will come out of the end of your barrel the same speed as everyone else's. So I love it. Like I said, I don't know. I just have a thing against. I don't know. It makes me sound like I hate children. But oh shit! I lost my train of thought.
No, hating children. You're on hating children.
Yeah,
no,
I was on hating children. Yeah, despise the little bastards. No,
one of the things I do at the Barrie Sports Dome, where I run the indoor reball program, I did in 2019. It's been fantastic. We're up for a Reader's Choice Award.
What?
So there you go. Yeah, right. Best paintball facility in Barrie. I'll take it. But with that, we did some events where we took bazooka ball, which is a phenomenal thing. And I saw William Roy Murray say in the comments that Commando does it, and Commando Dave actually introduced me to bazooka ball and really sold me on the idea, because I wasn't sold until I tried it. And then once I tried it at Commando Action Center, it was out of this world. So shout out to Commando Action Center, Dave and Marie, for doing a fantastic job. That is a crazy sport. We took these and airball bunkers from the sports dome up to the college and did this in the gym for like the student union. And it was international students, females, all sorts of people that would never walk onto a field unless, they had to be there. It wasn't something that was kind of in their regular circle of something to do. And they picked up a marker with bazooka ball and they tried it and they really loved it. And the next couple of weeks, we saw them show up to the dome to try reball. So we saw them walk themselves into the sport as renters in an age group that isn't kids.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, mission accomplished, right? And I think that's how we do it. We just share these great experiences in different new ways.
Yeah, I love it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, just build it and they will come.
Just give me an app that doesn't need my fingerprints. Like, just tell me that.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. I love it. Let's take a few minutes. Let's talk about the people who make this, make it possible for me and you to have these endless conversations where we just banter back and forth. So, first and foremost, first on the list anyways, at the very least, let's talk about DEF CON paintball gear. So defconpaintballgear.com. Great place to get all your paintball needs. Basically anything you need, from markers to soft goods. They are the paintball experts. And then you also have Tier 1 Armament. These guys are your tactical specialists. So if you guys need basically soft goods or like add-ons to the marker, especially anything MCS or even coffee, stuff like that, they're your go-to. And then if you want really cool shit mailed to your door once a month, PB Swag Bag, they send cool stuff all the time. Like, I'm surrounded by it right now. Got this bitchin' Social Paintball sweatband, a very American lanyard, some other stuff. It's gone now. Anyways, long story short, they send you cool stuff to your door all the time, and it's just great. And then, of course, a big shout out to the true MVPs that are the Patreon supporters: Mary, Ryan, Mike, Sage, Scotian, Matt, Alex, Jeffrey, Tony, Dr. Rush, Justin, and Tim B.
Justin!
These folks are the true the true MVPs who are financially supporting the podcast every month and keeping the lights on, the one above and in front of me, and allowing me to have these conversations with this fine gentleman here. So if you would like to become a Patreon supporter, or if you're in a position to become a Patreon supporter, head on over to patreon.com/maritime paintball podcast, and you can help us out. And PB Swag Bag, also they do a lot of giveaways. There's a comment there. Gotta mention that. Every once in a while they'll ship out like an Empire marker of some kind. Whatever they get their hands on, it just randomly sends out. I've yet to win one. No, well. I'm still hoping. No. But yeah, big thank you to all the sponsors and anyone who's supporting the podcast, because to be perfectly honest with you, it probably wouldn't be where it is without you. That's the hard truth.
Yeah,
So.
and support the podcast. He's got a wedding to pay for.
Exactly.
He can't be dealing with this podcast business.
Fuck.
And he's got cake. He's got a cake budget.
No, here's the best part.
Fresh flowers. Lives on the East Coast.
Check it out. Yeah, fresh flowers are gonna be the hard part. Living on the East Coast, a lot of like dandelions, but
Sporting the honeybees. I love your style.
right, exactly. No, actually, for the budget wise, we're actually pretty lucky, because the fiance, I gotta say that fiance used to work at a bakery, so we know a caterer.
She stole a bunch of stuff while she was working there, and now you have a bakery.
Yes, no. We know a guy that owns a catering business. We know several people who can bake cakes, and found out my cousin's a wedding planner. So woohoo! We're set.
That's awesome.
We're set. Oh, my eyes! Everything hurts. Oh.
This is great. I just started a watch party for this live stream in the OPPA. We've had a bunch of people join. So
I seen that.
Everybody that hopped in, Sean Fletcher, Fat Man, everybody that said hey, hi OPPA, thanks for joining.
Oh, my eyes. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
My eyelashes are attacking the shit out of my own eyes.
That's what happens when your head is covered in so much fur, bro.
It's true. Oh,
so what else are we going to talk about today? State of the game. The industry's doing well. We have to market a little bit smarter. Paintball apps are good, but not when they use all that stuff on your phone.
Yes.
Thanks, Swag Bag. Thanks, Patreon. Thanks, DEFCON Paintball. Hey, no, I got one that's got to come out.
Let's talk about it.
Flag Raiders Battle Royale's coming up.
It is.
Joe Kimson messaged me today. Shout out to my friend Joe Kimson. I'm doing my best to try to get the hand gestures, but you will always be the master, my friend. And yeah, guys, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be playing actually with my good friend Ash. As a host, when you have some Americans on one side and you have your fellow colonists on the other, we are a commonwealth. I'm going to support Ash from the UK in this one, and we're going to have some fun.
Oh, also, sorry, comment that just popped up. Elise, who now finally set up a Facebook page of shit. What was the name?
That sounds like a terrible Facebook page.
Shuriken Photography. She actually took all the photos at the Canadian Magfight competition, which was an incredible success. So huge thank you to Elise for doing that. Also, I'm probably going to hire her to shoot wedding photos.
There you go. That page sounds a lot better. And action shots. That'll be fun for your wedding.
Yes, actually. That'll be cool.
Super close-ups of you, everybody watching you take the vows like they do at every safe zone. When they're doing the briefing.
Yeah, but you gotta do. You gotta do that.
Like
that slow pan.
Just got there. That's I always look in those. Never look great.
That slow pan.
Not that I don't love those photos. And shout out to the photographers who are doing a lot out there and working really hard. You guys are awesome.
Right.
Girls are awesome.
Tom Palmer just showed up. What's the juicy topic tonight? It's been multiple, Tom. You'll have to start back from the beginning and give me a view.
Well, if Tom's here, we should talk about the Paintball Field Owners and Staff Association meeting. He's flying in from Vancouver up to hang out with myself and Eli in Ottawa, as well as a couple other fields that we've had join us. And it's going to be fantastic. We're going to talk about growing the sport on a national level, because we don't just talk about it, you do it. Everybody wants to win, but winners plan to win, Brad. So we're going to go and try to figure out how we can connect this country coast to coast a little bit better, and bring paintball to everyone in a really smart way. And hopefully this plans out. I think we're doing some cool stuff. And you know all about it. You know what we're doing, Brad.
I do. I'm actually going to be helping make sure that it gets out to everybody who cannot make it to the to it. So I will be basically hosting the webcast, from what I understand. I'm still not fully clear on the details, but
I think it's a host co-host situation.
yeah, and it's when is the meeting again? October 7th.
Yeah, October 7th. It's coming up. It's around the corner.
Right? It's
so there's like battle royales around the corner. You have the PFOSA meeting. I'm going to be actually on the 29th at Commando Paintball. Dave and Marie, Commando Paintball, 30 years. How can you not be there?
God, I want to be there.
This is the big. It's like 30, 35. Like, I can't wait to see it. Dave and Marie are excellent people. They're phenomenal human beings. I cannot thank them enough for how generous and wonderful they've been to me in my life. And I think that if I were to miss this, or if anyone were to miss this, like, if you're not there, you're not playing. Dave says it himself. Even though I say play everywhere, but on the 29th for that one, be there. Be a commando. Yeah.
So, sorry. Wolf wants to get out west and east coast by 2021, which happens to be the year I'm getting married. Guess Wolf's going to have to be there.
Oh, you know how many woo babies you're going to get? He's going to blow his voice box. Woo!
He's going to get all excited, though. So, like, whoever's, like, because I don't know who's going to be the one, what's the word? It's the officiating the wedding. It'll just be like,
Can you get...
What?
Can you have the Command Bros officiate? Can you have, like, Energy One and Bricktop be your officiants? Can you have Nightmare PD and Aztec be your officiants? Can you access the entire... So, we're doing Dread Camp...
Can we just have 30 plus E-celebs, let's just call it. They're all together in sync.
It would be hilarious. So Dread Cam's getting married soon. We're calling it the Dread Wedding. I don't know if they like that hashtag or not. I love it. Game of Thrones. Yeah. And so he put up a post. He's like, I want a bartender. And so I put a post, no PPA. And I'm like, anybody have their smart serve? And like 1,000 people came back. Like, it was not actually 1,000, but like a ton of ballers were like, yeah, I'll bartend Dread Cam's wedding. That would be fun. And like, I'm going to be emceeing it. It's going to be full of people, I think, that'll be having a fun time. So it'll be similar, Brad. But paintballers are fun people. Bring them to your wedding, man.
We were actually talking about,
No.
me and Francis were talking. She was like, who's going to be your best man? I'm like, fuck, I don't know. Because I have 3 brothers. So I'm like, I'm not going to pick one of them. Because then I have to explain to the other 2 why they're not. So I was just like, what do I...
Create a contest of like some sort of battle they have.
Well, she was just like free for all. Last man standing gets to be your best man.
That's it. You have the Highlander beard, and now you can just do the Highlander. There can only be one.
Right? So Wolf's just like, I asked if he wanted to be down, if come to the wedding. He's like, be honored. Also, Frances has cute friends. Yes, she does. I think most of them are taken though. But good luck, Wolf. Here's the downside, though. My wedding's in February. We're doing a winter wedding. Travel in February can be a little precarious. Also, it's cold as hell. But I'm going to love it because I'm not going to sweat to death. Yes. So
you're still going to... It'll be a cold sweat, Brad. It's your wedding.
It's going to be a cold sweat. But yeah, there will be paintball involved. Like, there will be... Because we're talking... Because I told the guys right after I proposed, which was live, which, by the way, is actually the best performing episode of this podcast ever. So I just obviously have to propose every episode until just to keep things going.
It's so funny that you mentioned
that. Whoever approaches me at a field, right? Yeah, yes, I will. Yeah, yes.
1,000 times yes, I'll be your co-host. Moving on.
Yeah. I was gonna say that I told the guys that I ball with on a regular basis from Nova Scotia, I was like, guys, I just got engaged, and the first thing all they said was bachelor party. Yes. So we're pretty sure it's going to be like head to Montreal, like wake up, hit up the strip club for the breakfast buffet, go paintballing, strip club for the lunch buffet,
You're gonna get sick,
paintball.
Brad.
It's going to be glorious.
Hit up breakfast, and then we all got sick. End of trip.
Right. But we've already
11 dudes and 2
we've
hotel
already
rooms.
we've already figured it out though that we're gonna like breakfast. It's got to be good, right? It's the best meal of the day. It's got to be good. So we're gonna go to the strip club with the not so like pretty strippers, so that it at least has good food.
No.
So yeah, that's happening. Whether I survive it or not, we'll see. But that's how things are gonna roll. But like, yeah, like we were talking about it, and I have to invite basically like every paintballer from like, at this point, I know paintballers in every province.
Can you please just invite Wolf and Greg Hastings if you're going there? Because I feel like they're a party.
They're yes. If you know what, I'm gonna put out an open invitation.
Create a Facebook event. Are we gonna create a Facebook event for Brad's batch?
Probably will, yeah, and it'll be wild. It'll be wild, and but I don't know if I can feed you all, so you might have to like. It's like you can
sell tickets. Sell tickets. Use it as a fundraiser for the wedding. Don't be silly. There you go, guys. Now you've heard it. We'll put up some numbers later on. We're gonna sell.
We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Sleep in your cars.
It's gonna be exactly. It's February. You'll be fine.
My God, you're fine.
So, fun fact, in New Brunswick, we have a charity event that runs every February called the coldest night of the year, because February always has the coldest night of any year, is always in February. Don't sleep in your cars. We legitimately have deaths. People do die.
Wedding. Hashtag the coldest night of the year. No, Brad.
No, you'll never see me again. I'll die.
This beats the dread wedding. Even I can't do that.
Right? No, we can't do that. No, Francis would have me killed.
Yes.
So yeah, that's happening. A lot of cool stuff happening. Keep an eye out. Total like change of topic here. I will eventually get around to testing these little bad boys. Those of you who may have noticed, I've been making funny faces while on the episode because I'm trying to break it. I'm trying to squeeze it between my fingers, and it's not happening.
That was your regular face, bro.
Yeah. Where'd your camera go?
My buddy's setting up a new iPhone, and it's like trying to set it up on mine.
That's funny. I've been sitting here trying to break the first strike in my fingers, and it won't break. It's just the way they're made. I don't know. So I can't wait to shoot stuff with it. I'm going to do that tomorrow morning.
Just pop it on the table like it's hitting the thing, bud.
It just bounced 4 times off my floor.
Are you talking about 50 cal first strikes?
50 cals.
They're supposed to go like upwards of 300 kilometers.
Yeah, no, I'll be popping these bad boys through the Umarex. So, well, yeah. They'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm sure they're gonna be great. I'm looking forward to see what they feel awesome.
Like. Have you checked them in the Umarex yet? Have you actually bore checked them yet?
No, I don't have any cylinders near me.
Garner from DEFCON said that they might actually not fit, so double check.
I'll try it. I don't have a full bag, but I got enough of them. If I can at least get 6 to shoot, I'll be happy. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Oh shit!
They're a hoot, man. I've shot them out of a modified Umarex, one that actually has a velocity drop mod on it.
Yeah.
And apparently that affects stability. So doing that is a good news story, not a bad news story.
Sweet.
And that's like the one time I would recommend actually having the Umarex be modified, because otherwise I don't think they're worth the modification time. Like, I just feel like they're a one and done marker. Like, don't mess with them too much. Yeah, man. Like, they fly beautifully. They sound great. They feel great. 10 out of 10. I think when we see like an AR platform, like, so that is when 50 cal FSR and I are going to be best friends. Like, I can't wait.
Yeah. Christopher Struck is asking if the Canadian Paintball podcast is still going live October 7th. I'm going to say yes. The webcast is going to go through the Canadian Paintball podcast, as well as the Maritime Paintball podcast, as well as a couple other places. We can stream to multiple locations at the same time.
And we'll unveil our grand strategy, our plan.
The whole thing will happen. And then everyone who is going to be involved in it will start getting invites. We'll start coordinating because...
Yeah, those who know that are on the ground floor already know what's going on. those who are, we want to let in on the 7th. I think we're going to open it up and let everybody who wants to be a part of it be a part of it. And I think that this might be the single greatest effort to unify
We're gonna make it happen
across the country. I think
I'm looking forward to it. Like,
it's more than a podcast.
Just imagine what 2020 is gonna bring when, or 2020, yeah,
2020, the first time people with glasses will see with perfect vision.
Oh, so 2020. So think about it. 2019 is going to be, let's see, that like the CMC is now solidified. Its second year was a success. That means it will continue to go forward. The Canadian Paintball Podcast will premiere. The
Paintball Field Owners and Staff Association.
Thank you. That meeting is happening. And like a ton of shit is happening in 2019. So we're going to get all the bugs, because there will be bugs. All the bugs will be worked out. 2020 is going to be an amazing year. 2021 is going to be an even better year. Like, shit's happening. There's like a
free for players first, so it's not like our first rodeo here.
Yeah.
Year 1 was, we got our legs underneath us. Year 2, we got some of the biggest fields in the country, including what I think to be the number 1 field in the nation, Black Ops Paintball. And year 3, let's go across and see every single field just to make sure that we know where the best fields in the country are. So, I mean, there's some great stuff happening.
Right.
It's amazing. There's only growth in the future.
Like, the next 5 years are amazing.
Huge. We're only going to get big in the next 5.
Yep.
Millennials are going to have more free time and more money than ever. We're going to want a place to spend it that's fun. We got a great place. It's called the Paintball Field. Let's go.
Exactly. Elise saying, great to hear the CMC is going to go for next year. CMC is going to go next year. It's also going to get bigger next year. I was talking to the field owner, and we were already dealing with a couple more sponsors to get involved, make it a little bigger, make it a little better, and we'll see what happens. I don't know if I can do more teams. I could probably go to 10 teams max, but like, damn, unless I make that a 2-day event, it's going to be rough.
Yeah, there's great ways to bracket it, and with the right field, I think we can do the right things. I know I've talked to you a little bit about, and I'll sprinkle some rumor dust on here. George Bellegrinis, if you're watching, George Bell and I recently had a chance to spend 16 hours next to each other on a bus.
I'm surprised he didn't kill you.
No. You know what? George is actually a gentle giant, and
he really is. It's funny because he's like super sarcastic, and he'll give you shit, but like, he's also super, super nice and helpful all the time.
Yeah, no, he likes me. I wouldn't mess with George for a single second. The guy's absolutely a hunter-killer murderer, but I mean, he likes me, so I'm okay with it. So talking with George, he's also a brilliant game operator, and he's like 7 or 8 seasons deep in the GTA MagFed Pickup League, and it's what inspired me to spawn off the Ottawa MagFed Pickup League, to do something as large, or try to do as great as what he's been doing. We wanted to work with you going up and finding a field that would be, just an awesome place to have a much larger scale, really well-run event. So I think that there's some opportunities in 2020 to really do some cool stuff and talking about bringing the nation together, bring field organizers and game organizers together as well. You have the strongest rule book I've ever seen in paintball so far, that's been published, and I just think it's fantastic.
And I borrowed it. I didn't write any of it. So, but it was actually written by a gentleman by the name of English Dave. I don't know his real name. Apparently that's not his real name. And he wrote it for the original Maritime MagFed League. And I was just like, yo, can I borrow this? And he never got back to me. So I'm just assumed yes, and I ran with it. And he actually attended this year's CMC and had a blast. He said it was amazing. He said he had a great time, especially because he wasn't the one hosting it or organizing it, so he didn't have to do anything except play. He loved it. But he did crack a couple jokes about like, damn, these rules, like they're just, it's as if I've seen them before. And I was like, yeah, Dave, I took your rule book and changed a couple numbers, and I'm changing again. So changing them again. We're changing.
We're gonna have to collaborate to grow. Hopefully, he'll send you something back that says, yeah, it's cool to use.
Apparently it's already okay. He said yes. So, but yeah. Good things are coming. Lots of good things are coming. I'm very, very excited. I'm really hoping to make it to Texas to play, so we get another sweet little music video thing that I have a blast making, but I don't ever get enough footage to make properly, and I still need better video editing skills. But we're getting there. I don't know if I'm going to make it to Texas, but we're going to try anyways. We're going to see what happens. But But that's it. That's it. I'm out of topics, man. That's it. We're at the 45 or the 55-minute mark.
That's it. We'll see you guys at PRZ coming up pretty soon. I'm going to be fighting alongside Noreen. We're both going to have our air bows. So check out that in the OPPA event calendar if you're looking. Check out the PRZ page. Check out Flag Raiders for their game, the Revenge. We're going to see Wolf and Greg Hastings, Alabaster Slim, as well as Hidden Hedgehog out there. I'm going to be there too, and that'll be a fun game to play as well. So hey Joe, and yeah, Commando Action Center's 30th anniversary is going to come up. So get there, and support your local field. Outdoor ball. It's starting to turn to autumn, so there's only a little bit of time to get out and play.
Right. This is the perfect time of year to play. It's nice
this
and
is
cool.
the best. The vegetation's there,
but the sun's not. It's not 40 degrees out.
Yeah, in February you're going to kick yourself for not getting out to play this weekend. Period.
Right. So get out there and play. I want to say thank you to all the sponsors. Of course, thank you so much to DEFCONPaintballGear.com, Tier 1 Armament Store, or Tier 1 Armament.com, Tier 1 Armament, whatever. PB Swag Bag, and of course to all the Patreon supporters. I can see the face, Will. I can see you're just like, what the fuck?
Justin, Tim B, other Patreon supporters.
All the others. Thank you so much. And for everyone who's been sitting here typing away in the chat, watching us from the beginning to the end, watching us live, thank you so much. For anyone who's shared, commented, liked, laughed, angry face, whatever you want to do, I love it. And those of you who complimented me on my hat, thank you. I'm very proud of this hat. But that's it. We're all done. So, thanks again, everyone. And I guess until next week, cheers. I just got to wait for the video to end.
That was a great one, man.
Yeah, I thought so.
Got a little saucy at first. Kind of dug into him a little hard.